Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 18 of Smackdown here on Universe Mode, and we're starting things off as always with the 24/7 Championship. Who will answer the call? This is the final Smackdown before our next premium live event, Night of Champions. As who is it going to be this week here on Smackdown? Oh ho ho! All Ego! Ethan Page is here on SmackDown. Ethan Page, of course, staying on SmackDown in the Universe Mode draft despite trying to win Raw's United States Championship a couple of months ago at WrestleMania, and Ethan Page finally actually going to have a match here on the blue brand, as Ethan Page looking to win his first piece of championship gold in his Universe Mode career. All Ego Ethan Page is here looking to challenge the new 24/7 champion Wade Barrett here tonight on SmackDown, and Ethan Page looks ready for this opportunity. And Ethan Page, of course, very vocal about wanting to win all the gold here on Universe Mode. But here comes the new 24/7 champion who returned this past week on Raw, the former United States champion, now current 24/7 champion, Wade Barrett. Gold around his waist, Wade Barrett oozing with confidence. This is the first time ever that Wade Barrett has ever performed on SmackDown here on Universe Mode. Wade Barrett, of course, used to be a part of Monday Night Raw, went undrafted in this year's Universe Mode draft. He is currently a free agent, free to go wherever he wants for the time being until he can agree to a certain contract with either Raw or SmackDown. And Ethan Page, look at who you're facing. The current 24/7 champion here on Universe Mode, and this man has no intentions of losing it anytime soon.
Introducing the challenger from Canada, weighing in at 225 pounds, Ethan
Ethan
Page.
Page, look at that look of focus on his opponent tonight. Who would have thought we'd ever see Wade Barrett back here on Universe Mode? He returned from injury, defeated The Miz to become the new 24/7 champion, and Wade Barrett making his first defense of the title here tonight. Ethan Page getting a good look at what he is fighting for, the 24/7 championship here tonight on SmackDown to kick things off. Will Ethan Page leave the new champion, or will Wade Barrett have a successful title defense under his belt? 24/7 title match set to begin right now. Ethan Page and Wade Barrett. Who would have thought we'd ever see these two in a Universe Mode ring together? Oh, and Ethan Page with a barrage of strikes. And this is going to be the final SmackDown before Night of Champions. In our main event, we're going to have the World Heavyweight Champion Eddie Kingston back in action as he goes one-on-one with Andrade, with the stipulation that if Andrade beats Eddie Kingston, he gets a future World Heavyweight title opportunity. Ethan Page almost won the belt right there. We're also going to have the Hardcore Champion Jey Uso in action as he will go one-on-one with Shawn Spears. Spears making his SmackDown in-ring debut. We're also going to have LA Knight take on the returning Celtic Warrior Sheamus one-on-one, and much more. We're also finally going to see the Universe Mode return of Timeless Toni Storm, the former SmackDown Women's Champion, 1 week after her brutal attack on the current SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. And right now, Ethan Page and Wade Barrett battling on the outside. Remember, Ethan Page cannot win the 24/7 championship by countout or disqualification. Champion's advantage goes to the champ, Wade Barrett. But Barrett, no intentions of taking the coward's way out. Oh, big kick there by Page. And now what's Ethan got in mind? Look at the power. That's 250 pounds over his head. Takes him down. Ethan Page, like we said, very impressive since bursting on the scene here on Universe Mode. Haven't seen a lot of him since he failed to win the US title at WrestleMania. Wade Barrett also very pissed he did not get to take part in the show of shows, but a rookie like Ethan Page did get to. And now Wade Barrett looking to make Ethan Page pay. Into the game over. The submission on Ethan Page. Page trying to break out of it. He does. What a 24/7 title match to kick off Smackdown. Our only title match here tonight. But of course, every championship on the line at Night of Champions. Big boot by Barrett. Ethan Page again retreating to the outside. Barrett on the top end of the elbow. Didn't look like he got all of it, but it was enough to get the job done, and now he celebrates with the fans. Again, like we said, first time Wade Barrett has ever appeared on an episode of SmackDown in his Universe Mode career. Try to go for something big. Ethan able to avoid. Now he's got a hold. Into the small package. Pile driver onto the floor. Wade Barrett, who just recovered from a shoulder injury, now could have a neck injury. Remember, Wade Barrett was forced to retire at one point in his career. Spent many years on the shelf as a play-by-play commentator. And now the former leader of the Nexus going to bring Ethan Page back inside the ring. Count of 7 by the ref. Wade's got to get back in this. And he does. Match continues. Oh! And now these two men are going to go blow for blow right here for the 24/7 championship. Barrett, the champion. Page, the challenger. Which one of these two will come out on top? Look at Barrett saying, come on, bring it. And now we're getting a hockey fight here in the middle of the ring here on SmackDown. Page and Barrett dropping bombs. Oh, looked like Barrett wanted the bull hammer. Ethan Page into the sidewalk slam. The power of Ethan Page. Can he win his first title in Universe Mode? Kick out of 2.5. And you gotta think Ethan Page feeling a little bit frustrated now. Shots right to the body. And now into the massive clothesline, almost decapitating the champion. Are we going to have a brand new champ here tonight? Is he gonna go for Ego's Edge? Shades of Razor Ramon. Ego's Edge connects on Wade Barrett. Here's the cover, hook of the leg. Ethan Page is 24/7 champion. What a win.
Here is your winner and the new 24/7 champion, Ethan Page.
Ethan Page returning here to Universe Mode, and he has finally captured his first piece of championship gold in his Universe Mode career, the 24/7 championship. Ethan Page is added to the list of amazing competitors who's held that amazing championship, and Ethan Page celebrates here on SmackDown. What a win for All Ego. Ethan Page, our brand new 24/7 champion. What a way to kick off the final SmackDown before Night of Champions. Well, we have a brand new 24/7 champion here in Universe Mode, and here comes the current hardcore champion. Main event, Jey Uso is here. Main event, Jey Uso, who will defend his hardcore championship against the combat artist Kyle O'Reilly in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Jey Uso will have his second defense of his hardcore championship reign this week at Night of Champions against Kyle O'Reilly, and of course Jey Uso's brother Jimmy Uso, we found out this past week on Raw, will also be at Night of Champions as he teams up with their brother Solo Sikoa to try to take the Raw Tag Team Championships. Every title is on the line in every match here at Night of Champions. Jey Uso's here tonight on Smackdown to go one-on-one with the debuting Shawn Spears. Jey Uso looking to earn some momentum heading to his highly anticipated title defense against the combat artist Kyle O'Reilly. As Jey is in the ring, here comes Shawn Spears making his way to the ring.
From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 223 pounds, Perfect 10, Shawn Sparks.
It's been a while since we've seen Shawn Spears here in Universe Mode. Last time was really on Monday Night Raw, where he entered a bit of a feud with AJ Styles and the OC earlier this year. Then we haven't seen a whole lot of Shawn Spears here on Universe Mode. Now he's here on SmackDown looking for a fresh start. And can you imagine if Shawn Spears, the former Ty Dillinger, beats Jey Uso here tonight in a non-title match? Definitely will earn Shawn Spears a hardcore title shot down the road. And now the match is underway. Shawn Spears doing a little bit of joint manipulation on Jey Uso, the hardcore champion, to start off this matchup. And Jey Uso, of course, a man who's undergone so many obstacles to hold that championship, defeated Wardlow at WrestleMania to become champion. But there's a lot of people here on the blue brand that want to take that title away from Jey. One of those men being Shawn Spears, who's hoping that beating Jey here tonight will earn him a title opportunity in the near future. And so far, Shawn Spears has been in complete control of this matchup. It would be one of the biggest upsets in Universe Mode history if he manages to beat Jey here. Cover by Spears, kick out by Jey. Shawn Spears believing that he had a very hot start to his Universe Mode career, and then it just automatically fizzled out, got lost in the shuffle. Disaster kick. Shawn Spears, the chairman, he likes to call himself. Perfect 10. So far, Shawn Spears' performance has been a perfect 10 so far. Jey Uso having a hard time getting back in this match. Oh, God. Face first into the knee. Shawn Spears is rolling into the clothesline. The main event, Jey Uso is in huge amounts of trouble. Oh! I don't think Jey Uso expected this much fight out of Shawn Spears, and now able to break free. And this is Jey's opportunity to get back in this match. Doing the Uso chants. And now Jey Uso has a hold of Shawn Spears, and now Jey getting some offense back in this match. Here's the cover by the hardcore champ to beat Shawn Spears, kick out. See a bit of frustration on the face of Jey Uso, but Uso cannot let his emotions get the better of him if he wants to come out on top here tonight. You gotta think, the #1 contender, Kyle O'Reilly, has got to be watching on. Got to be steadying his opponent for Night of Champions. Great kick by Uso. By the end of Night of Champions, we can have both Usos with gold yet again. Jey Uso, Hardcore Champion. Jimmy Uso, one half of the Raw Tag Team Champions. And Jey almost with the win against Shawn Spears, of course. Who could forget the Usos' amazing SmackDown Tag Team title reign in the early days of Universe Mode. Oh, Jey went to go for the Shades of the Rock. Clothesline by Spears, going for the cover. And a kick out there by Uso. Shawn Spears trying to get back in this match. Another disaster kick. Uso staggering. Shawn knows what he's got to do. Drop down. Oh! Shot right to the midsection. And Shawn Spears could be a perfect addition to the SmackDown roster at the rate he's going right now. Uso, though, bringing Shawn into the apron. Taking him down. And Jey now could be going for the victory. Oh, Black Mass. Black Mass out of nowhere. And Shawn Spears might have just turned Jey Uso's lights right out. Could you imagine if Jey Uso suffers a loss? Just days, 24 hours actually, before his big title defense against Kyle O'Reilly. Jey now trying to bring Shawn into the corner. Shawn Spears able to break out of it. Spear! Shawn Spears cover to pin the Hardcore Champion. Kick out. And now Spears into the moonsault. Shawn Spears could be moments away from having a major upset. One of the biggest upsets in Universe Mode history. Uso, though, able to break out of it. Try to go for the elbow. Spears moved out of the way. What a match between these two combatants here on SmackDown. Drop down again by Spears. Leapfrog. Into... oh! Brilliant strikes. And Shawn Spears again, just brutal punches to main event Jey. And now, big moonsault again. Jey is in huge amounts of trouble. Shawn Spears could go for it. Oh, went for the feast your eyes. Spear! Jey with one of his own. Cover, hook of the leg. Jey, oh no. Jey Uso tried to hit the spear, tried to get the win. Shawn Spears kicks out and he's still rolling. I did not expect such a back and forth contest between these two men here tonight. Jey Uso trying so hard to get rid of the threat at Shawn Spears. These guys fighting like they owe each other lunch money. Jey with brutal strikes. Shawn trying to respond. Jey and Shawn Spears, these two men looking to kill each other here tonight. This is Shawn Spears' first match in months. Super kick. And an elbow. Lights out for Mr. Shawn Spears. Jey Uso now with a clothesline. This man is incensed. And now Jey Uso trying to remain in control of this contest. We still got so much action left to go. Oh, Shawn Spears head first into that steel ring post. Jey Uso saying SmackDown is my home. I've been here since day one, and that's why I am the Hardcore Champion. Super kick again to Shawn Spears. Looked like Jey could be chasing the count out victory. Count of 7 by our referee, John Cone. John Cone trying to get Shawn Spears back inside the ring. Ooze chance. Shawn now back inside the ring. Scorpion death drop. Can Jey Uso be getting the win? Oh, went for the big strike again, and Spears able to avoid it. Shawn Spears fighting like his life depends on it. Spear! The second spear of the match. Cover, hook of the leg. Jey Uso with the win. What a battle between the Hardcore Champion and Shawn Spears. Jey Uso getting momentum. Look at this. Kyle O'Reilly's in the ring. And champion and challenger at Night of Champions face off. Kyle O'Reilly will challenge main event Jey Uso for the Hardcore Championship at Night of Champions in what is surely going to be an epic battle for the ages. Will Kyle O'Reilly be the brand new brand new Hardcore Champion, winning his first piece of gold in his career, or will Jey Uso have another successful title defense in his Hardcore title reign? We find out at Night of Champions. But what a match and what a win for main event Jey Uso. What a match we just witnessed here on SmackDown, but it is the in-ring return of the former SmackDown Women's Champion here tonight on SmackDown.
Is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Auckland, New Zealand, Toni Storm.
Of course, Toni Storm was the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion in Universe Mode history. That reign ended at Backlash in Puerto Rico when Charlotte Flair defeated Julia Hart and Toni Storm in a triple threat match to become the champion. The problem was Toni Storm was not pinned in that match. It was Julia Hart. Thus, Toni Storm has earned her one-on-one rematch against Charlotte Flair tomorrow night at Night of Champions. Toni Storm looking to become the first ever two-time SmackDown Women's Champion in Universe Mode history. But tonight she wants to fight, and who is going to step up to the plate against the former champion? Oh, this is interesting. Zelina Vega stepping up to the plate.
From Queens, New York, Zelina Vega.
Of course, Rey Mysterio and Legado del Fantasma of the LWO were drafted to Monday Night Raw in the Universe Mode draft. Zelina Vega staying on SmackDown in the draft. Zelina Vega looks like she's looking to break through on her own, and how better than to pin or submit the former SmackDown Women's Champion. You got to think, if Zelina Vega manages to do that tonight, that could surely put her name in possible contention for the women's title, and that's what she's looking to do. Zelina Vega, match is underway immediately, going after Toni Storm. And Toni Storm, of course, you got to think, very emotional. This is her first match ever since losing the SmackDown Women's Championship at Backlash in Puerto Rico. I don't know if Charlotte Flair is here tonight or not, but Zelina Vega clearly taking advantage of the depressed state of timeless Toni Storm here. As Zelina Vega, of course, this is her first match in a while as well. Zelina Vega, you got to think, has spent all that time out in the gym preparing for an opportunity like this. Oh, Jesus. The knee right to the face by Vega. Cover. And almost beat Toni right then and there. That would have been an amazing upset win for Zelina Vega, who, of course, not really on the win column all that much here on Universe Mode, but Zelina Vega can change that with this big win into the Bulldog to Toni. And Toni Storm, this is unlike anything we've seen from her in the past half a year. And Zelina Vega looking to fly, and Toni able to move out of the way just in time. And Toni bashing Zelina right onto the apron, hardest part of the ring. And now this is the Toni Storm we all know and loved. That's the Toni Storm that has retained her championship on numerous occasions. Made sure she kept it for months and months. Toni Storm was an amazing champion. And now she is dead set focused on one thing, getting that championship back. And Toni Storm, as of right now, is posing for the fans. I don't know how wise of a decision that is. She needs to stay focused on her opponent, Zelina Vega, which right now she seems to have gone back to doing. Toni Storm could get the victory here, but she needs to stay focused on her opponent, Zelina Vega. Sure, she must have a deep hatred for the new champion, Charlotte Flair, but Zelina. And now here comes Vega on the top rope, waiting for Toni to get back to her feet. And go Hurricane Rana. And Zelina Vega, look at that. Wait a minute, Toni got right back up. Zelina knew it. Oh no, into the DDT onto the floor. Toni again back to her feet. That's the thing about Toni Storm. She could withstand immense amount of punishment, but get right back to her feet anytime. Toni Storm now trying to get back in this matchup. This match has been going on for quite some time now. Toni Storm now back inside the ring, trying to break apart Zelina Vega. Going for the Irish whip into the corner. And now the strikes. Oh, wait a minute. Try to do something big. Zelina Vega able to avoid it. Now going for the arm of the former SmackDown Women's Champion. Oh, punch right to the face. That's the moneymaker right there. Zelina Vega's doing very well here in this matchup. You gotta think Charlotte Flair is watching. You gotta think she must have her eye on Zelina Vega, because Zelina Vega could very well be coming for that championship sooner or later. Oh, and look at this. One arm submission, middle of the ring. Toni could be in trouble. Oh, the knees able to break away. And Toni Storm now. Oh, into the strikes. We saw similar offense from Shawn Spears moments ago. Toni Storm now on the top. Into the knee right of the face. Can this be enough for the former champion to get the win? Kick out by Vega. You see a look of frustration on the face of Toni Storm, trying to beat the hell out of Zelina Vega here. And now taunting the fans. Zelina into the Bulldog. Toni kept her eye off the ball. Enough for Zelina to take advantage. Kick out. Zelina Vega now the one showing frustration. Oh, drop kick right to the back. Roll through by Toni. Oh, Toni wanted a comeback. Zelina says no. Drop down. Leapfrog. The in-ring product here on SmackDown is unlike any other. Cover. Hook of the leg. Toni kicks out at 2 again. Zelina Vega has given it her all here. But can this be it? Into the code red. Cover. Shoulders are down. No! That was so close. Toni Storm almost suffered another defeat. This time of her first pinfall defeat in a while. Into another code red. Zelina Vega has beaten Toni Storm. Zelina Vega has beaten the #1 contender.
Here is your winner, Zelina Vega.
Zelina Vega has just pinned the longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion of all time. Toni Storm was just pinned or submitted. You have got to be kidding me. Zelina Vega is the first woman ever since Survivor Series War Games to pin Toni Storm. This is insanity. Zelina Vega with a huge win, and you got to think, if you're Charlotte Flair, you have got to keep your eyes on Zelina Vega. But Toni Storm, how will this loss affect her confidence heading into Night of Champions as she aims to possibly become a 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion as she goes one-on-one with the current champion, Charlotte Flair, in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia at Night of Champions? But what a win for Zelina Vega here on SmackDown. Well, we are back here on SmackDown after that shocking upset for Zelina Vega beating Toni Storm, as here comes the return of the megastar. LA Knight is back in action.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds,
LA Knight, it's been a little while since we've seen this man in action here on Universe Mode. Of course, a new era of SmackDown. LA Knight staying on SmackDown in the Universe Mode draft. Listen to the fans excited to see LA Knight back in action as he goes one-on-one against the former United States Champion Sheamus, as LA Knight looking for another big win in his Universe Mode career, looking to rise up the ranks here on Universe Mode, as it's been a long time since we've seen this man in action. Sheamus making his SmackDown in-ring debut here tonight, seasoned veteran in the world of professional wrestling. Sheamus is back.
and his opponent, representing the Brawling Brutes from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus!
Sheamus, former United States champion, here on Raw, now on SmackDown. Sheamus looking to have an amazing in-ring debut, and who better than LA Knight to be your first opponent as part of the SmackDown roster. You hear the fans clearly favoring LA Knight in this match, but you would be foolish to bet against the Celtic Warrior, who just went ballistic on LA Knight to start off this match. Sheamus, it's been a long time since we've seen him in this capacity. First time we've seen him on SmackDown. Sheamus clearly gonna want to get a very big win here tonight against the megastar. As Sheamus, of course, been in the ring for almost 20 years. Sheamus is one sick individual, very impressive, but so is LA Knight. LA Knight also a seasoned veteran in wrestling, especially in TNA, where he's a former world champion. Nice neckbreaker by Knight, immediately going for the cover, and obviously a quick kick out there by Sheamus. It's going to take a lot more than that to put the Irishman down here tonight. LA Knight realizes that, going to try to keep the work going on the Celtic Warrior. And LA Knight and Sheamus, two of the most respected performers in wrestling today. And LA Knight just celebrating with the fans. Now a punch right to the face of Sheamus here tonight. And now Sheamus gonna bring LA Knight right to the apron. Punch right to the face and just throwing LA Knight inside the ring. We could potentially see a brand new side of Sheamus here tonight on the blue brand. Sheamus now. Oh, shot to LA Knight right on the turnbuckle. And now just bashing his face in. Bringing LA Knight down. Sheamus now gonna head to the top. LA Knight is in a very bad position. Sheamus waiting for LA Knight to get back to his feet. Here we go. Nice move there. Oh, wait a minute. LA Knight into the cover. Shoulders down. Kick out quickly by the veteran Sheamus. Oh, it looked like Sheamus was probably going to go for the Irish Curse backbreakers. LA Knight, though, lifting Sheamus up, taking him down. And LA Knight rolling now, trying to get back in this match here on SmackDown. And could you imagine if SmackDown higher-ups are watching this match to see who could be next in line for any potential championships? LA Knight now with the knee in the clothesline. Seems to have his number when it comes to Sheamus. Nice spinning sidewalk slam. Sheamus now retreating to the ropes. LA Knight again just posing for the fans. Sheamus throwing Knight on the outside. And that could give Sheamus a bit of breathing room as LA Knight makes his way back towards the ring. Oh, big boot. Meeting in the middle. Cover. Shoulders down. Kick out by Sheamus, though. Sheamus still not done. That's the thing about Sheamus. He could take so much punishment, but it takes a while for you to beat him. Sure, Sheamus's US title run wasn't that long, but the Celtic Warrior is one hell of a determined man. And here comes LA Knight. Oh, went for the elbow. Sheamus moved out of the way. Sheamus saw it coming. Very good ring awareness by the Irishman. Now he's got LA Knight where he wants him. What does Sheamus have in mind? Oh no. Look at this. The avalanche white noise to LA Knight. Sheamus into the cover for the win. Kick out by Knight at 2. Avalanche white noise by Sheamus. Very good move there by the Celtic Warrior. And now bro kick connects. Cover. Hook of the leg. Oh, and LA Knight kicks out again. Sheamus, I thought he had that match won. Fight forever chants by the fans in attendance as Sheamus, clearly frustrated, elbowed a Knight. Sheamus was envisioning coming to SmackDown, getting a very dominant win against LA Knight, but Sheamus knows now he needs to do more punishment, and that's what he's willing to do. Elbows right to the megastar. And now Sheamus bringing Knight back inside the ring. LA Knight is down and out. Sheamus prematurely celebrating. And Sheamus, that could be his downfall. Sheamus begging LA Knight to get up. LA Knight, though, looks down and out. Oh, wait a minute. Knight was playing possum, it seems. And now Irish whip. And the power slam. Great move. And Knight now has Sheamus where he wants him. Into the BFT. BFT connects, blunt force trauma. Cover hook of the leg. And another kick out by Sheamus. Banger after banger. That is the motto that Sheamus lives by, but it's a banger we're getting here tonight between these two men. And now it's Sheamus retreating on the ropes. LA Knight with a clothesline, sending Sheamus over the top rope. And LA Knight now. LA Knight again focusing his attention on the fans. It's probably the fans' energy that's keeping LA Knight going. There's blood on his face from this big battle with Sheamus. And Sheamus throwing LA Knight right into the steps. Our camera's getting a good glimpse of the action between these two. Both men love a good fight, and it's a fight we're getting right now. If anything, it's an all-out war we're getting between these two men. Both men desperate for wins. Sheamus, after that DDT, going for the cover. Shoulders are down. Kick out again by Knight. And now LA Knight back to his feet. Has Sheamus up. Takes him down. And LA Knight could be going for it now. Oh, wait a minute. LA Knight with the white noise of his own. Using Sheamus' own move against him. Deciding not to go for the cover. Knee right to the face. Cover by Knight. Can this be enough to get the victory? LA Knight has beaten Sheamus here on SmackDown. LA Knight celebrating with the fans. Sheamus' SmackDown debut was unsuccessful, but it's another impressive win for LA Knight here tonight on SmackDown. And you gotta think, how long will it be until we finally see LA Knight have a shot at gold here on Universe Mode? What a win for LA Knight, though, and what a match between he and Sheamus here on SmackDown. We are back here on SmackDown. What has been an amazing episode so far, as here come the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boys, in non-title action here tonight before Night of Champions.
Following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 500
The Dudley Boys looking to defend their Smackdown Tag Team Championships tomorrow night against Chase University in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, the team of Duke Hudson and Andre Chase. But here tonight, they want to face another team. Who will it be in non-title action? Oh, wait a minute. This is interesting. It's been way too long since we have seen this team here in Universe Mode. And this is going to be a war, ladies and gentlemen. Eric and Ivar are here on SmackDown. The Viking Raiders are here on SmackDown. Eric to your right, Ivar to your left. These guys are built on war. These guys are built on punishment. And these guys don't play around. I don't think the Dudley Boys expected the Viking Raiders to be making their long-awaited Universe Mode return. And it will be their debut on SmackDown. But Devon Dudley, though, start off the match doing very good. Clearly not afraid of the Vikings. Of course, the Viking Raiders used to be a part of the Monday Night Raw roster. Had very few appearances on Universe Mode television. And this is their first time here on SmackDown. First match in, I want to say, over half a year. Over 6 months. And it looks like the Dudley Boys, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, are going to have their hands full here tonight as Devon has a hold of Ivar. Ivar is an amazing competitor, either singles or tag team, as he's proven in real life. And now here's the tag to his partner, Eric. And, oh, even then, Devon Dudley is doing very well against the Viking Raiders. Seems like a lot of fans in attendance were sort of fearing for the well-being of the Dudley Boys because of the sheer size and resume that the Viking Raiders possess. But it looks like Eric, though, going to bring Devon back inside the ring after Devon took out Ivar. It's right now 2-on-1. Eric and the Dudleys, and that's probably the way that Devon Dudley likes it. I had the opportunity to speak to Bubba Ray Dudley about his upcoming title defense at Night of Champions against Chase University, and he said they're nothing more than a bunch of clowns. Back in my day, tag teams in professional wrestling were serious, dependent on gold, not dependent on laughs and role-playing as if they're in a real university. And the reason why they're having a match here tonight is because they want to face a serious tag team. They want to face somebody, a couple of guys who want tag team gold, and who better than the Viking Raiders to answer the call. Devon Dudley, look at this. It seems like we're going to get it early. The 3D Ivar. Are we going to get a big win for the Dudleys? Quick and easy? No, Eric, of course, breaking up the cover. Very early that we've seen the 3D in this match. And now Bubba Ray is legal. Bubba Ray, former TNA World Champion. Held numerous championships across various promotions. Same with Devon. Eric and Ivar now looks like they're going to have a share of double team action. Oh, look at this. Double last ride. The War Raiders. Can they pin the SmackDown Tag Team Champions? Oh, kick out at 1 by Bubba. You got to think a big reason for that was because a bit of slight hesitation for Eric. I think it was a bit... It took a while because I think Eric then realized he's now the legal man. But the Viking Raiders clearly taking Bubba Ray's words to heart. They are as serious can get in the tag team division. And Devon legal. And now he's going to take out Eric of the Viking Raiders. Devon taking out Eric, takes out Ivar as well. And the Dudley boys are rolling. They have been amazing ever since bursting on the scene here on Universe Mode, here on Friday Night Smackdown. And now Devon punching Eric right in the face. And of course, as we know, if the Viking Raiders manage to defeat the Dudley boys here tonight, sure, titles are not on the line tonight, but definitely would get a future title opportunity in the future if the Viking Raiders manage to get a win tonight. Count of 7 though. The Dudleys could beat the Viking Raiders by count out. Eric needs to get back inside the ring, and he does at the last moment. Devon doesn't even realize it. Eric trying to take advantage. Boom! Big shot there by Dudley. And Devon Dudley now going to bring Eric back inside the ring. And we're going to get another double team between the tag champs. These guys are just so good. Of course, they've already retained the tag team titles once at Backlash in Puerto Rico against DIY. Looking to do the same tomorrow against Chase U, but now they have the Viking Raiders to worry about. Look at Bubba Ray Dudley, just boot right to the face, right to the beard of Eric. Now has Eric up. Are they going to probably be thinking another 3D? Oh no, Bubba instead going to rake Eric's face across the top rope. The in-ring product here on Smackdown tonight has been amazing. We still got a few more matchups to go. And, oh, Devon tried to go for another clothesline. Eric able to avoid it, but Devon still fighting on. Another cover by Devon. Can this be it for the tag team champions? Kick out. And now Devon posing for the fans. Doesn't realize now he does. Eric was trying to crawl to his partner Ivar and get the tag. And that would have spelt game over potentially for the champions. Oh, big punch by Eric. And this would be a great way for the Viking Raiders to put their name on the map in Universe Mode finally, as if they defeat the reigning and defending SmackDown Tag Team Champions in a non-title match, because then that would mean that the Viking Raiders would be owed a tag team title match. Snake Eyes into the corner. Eric's now busted open. The Dudleys said they are back here in professional wrestling, here in WWE, because they want to face the best that the tag team division's currently got, to prove that they will always be the greatest tag team in the history of professional wrestling. So far, they're proving it here in this generation still. And Devon again. Is he going to go for another Snake Eyes? No, he's hanging Eric upside down. What has Devon got in mind? More signs of disrespect by Devon Dudley. But he doesn't realize Eric's crawling again. Is he going to get it now? The big man's in. Ivar. DDT to Devon. Doing the war chants. But he doesn't realize now he does. Here comes Bubba Ray. Oh, but Ivar into the suplex to Bubba Ray. And Eric looking to... Ivar looking to punish Bubba Ray Dudley here. Ivar could be the difference that the Viking Raiders need to win this match. And right now, Bubba Ray at the mercy of Eric. Ivar! Why do I keep saying Eric? It's Ivar. I know it's Ivar. And now there's Eric. Eric is back in. Oh, went for the clothesline. Bubba Ray able to avoid it, bringing Eric into the corner. Punch right in the face, elbow. And are we going to see it again? A second 3D. Second 3D of the match, but Ivar immediately breaking it up. The Viking Raiders do not want a loss here tonight. And it is obvious here on Smackdown Live. What a tag team match we have here tonight. We still got plenty of action still to come, including the World Heavyweight Champion Eddie Kingston in action in our main event. And here comes Eric. Oh! Kick right on the back of the neck to pin the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Oh! That was almost it for the Dudleys. And it almost looked like Bubba Ray didn't want to do a thing about it. Almost like a bit of fear from Bubba Ray Dudley. He typically never shows any fear. Very interesting. It was almost like he wasn't willing to help Devon break up the cover. Of course, we saw that last week with Max Caster and the Acclaimed. That was how Chase U became #1 contenders for the tag team titles. And now, oh! Double team maneuver by the returning Viking Raiders. Ivar now just looking at both Dudley boys. Now a shot right to the face of Bubba Ray. He's not even the legal man. And Devon looking to stand up for his brother. But Ivar still got a hold of Bubba Ray Dudley, taking him down. And Devon looking for revenge, now going after Eric. Looks like Ivar and Devon both with similar ideas to make it one-on-one. Oh, but here comes the big man Ivar. No, but Devon powers out. And the headbutt. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions have a very tough challenge ahead of their second SmackDown Tag Team title defense against Chase U in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Oh, no. Devon, wrong place, wrong time. Oh! Devon taken down and went for the cover, but the referee said Devon's feet were underneath the bottom rope. Referee John Cone calling for the rope break. Ivar, the match continues. I don't really understand what the referee was getting at. Oh, shot right to the gut. And that instantly put Devon Dudley down. I am very impressed by the Viking Raiders. Wait a minute. Devon rolling him up. Is this it? Shoulders are down. Oh, almost got the win for the Dudleys. The Dudleys almost escaped with the victory. But can they for sure get a win? All it could take is one more 3D. But Devon looking to break apart Ivar first. Snake eyes to the big guy. And now the Uranagi connects. Devon is rolling, but he does not realize that Eric is back in. Devon's back is turned. Clothesline to Devon, shot to Bubba Ray. Bubba responds with one of his own. Oh, and now a shot again by Eric, and now Bubba's down. The tag team champions falling victim to the Viking Raiders. Devon trying to check on his partner, and now just staring right at Eric, knowing that Devon needs to get back inside the ring and deal with this beast. Oh, Ivar tried to go for the sneak attack, shot right to the post, and that gave Eric the opening. Oh, power bomb onto the floor. Devon's took a hell of a lot of punishment here. The Viking Raiders clearly so happy to be here on SmackDown for a fresh start. Their first match against the reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Count of 5 by the referee. These men need to get back inside the ring. Especially the Vikings, if they want to say that they've pinned the Tag Team Champions. That way, if the Dudleys successfully retain the titles at Night of Champions, The Viking Raiders could get next. Count of 8, Bubba's down. Devon trying to pick his moment. Devon trying to help his partner. Oh, the big knee. Are you kidding me? The Viking Raiders, are they going to get the win? They did. Oh. That was 2.9. 1 millisecond from a defeat for the Dudley boys. Devon, that took all his energy. He has an unseen energy source, adrenaline from Devon Dudley. Tag to Bubba. Bubba's back in. This tag team match has gone on for such a long time. That just goes to show how much both teams want this win. The Dudleys said when they got here they want to prove they're the best. So far they've done that, but now they look like they finally met their match in the Viking Raiders. Here's the tag. The tag champs again looking for double team maneuvers. And the double face buster. Beating down Ivar. Eric retreating outside the ring. This show could be 3 hours at the rate this match is going. There's Bubba Ray on the far side of your screen going after Eric. What the hell? I don't know what the hell just happened with Devon there, but we're going to pretend that didn't happen. Eric back inside the ring, but he's still going to focus on Bubba Ray Dudley. But now Devon heading back in. Oh, clothesline by Eric. Devon is down. Tag to Ivar again, but Devon trying to get back to his feet. Ivar, another drop kick. And it looks like all the energy is now out of Devon. He is done for. And Ivar is just looking to pick Devon apart. Ivar just so impressive whenever he steps foot in between those ropes. And now Devon again getting his head smashed into the turnbuckle. And now another tag. Eric's back in. The Viking Raiders are doing very well here. Just goes to show how underrated they were when they were a part of Monday Night Raw. Now that all eyes are them on Smackdown, they want to fight like their jobs depend on it, because they probably do. Another tag to Ivar. And can this be enough? They're going to go for it again. The double power bomb. Cover by Ivar. Cover. And Bubba again breaking it up. And Ivar's pissed. Throwing Bubba over the top. The double power bomb again. The second one of the match. Think about the punishment that Devon Dudley has taken tonight throughout the entirety of this match. Bubba Ray wanting to make sure that the Dudleys remain undefeated, but at what cost? Devon just looking straight at Ivar, throwing Ivar over. Bubba Ray not the legal man. Headbutt there by Devon Dudley. And now he's going to hit his finishing maneuver into the sidewalk slam. Count of 8. John Cone saying, Devon, get in the ring. Are we going to get a count out victory for the Dudleys? Not like this. Not after the amazing match we just had. The Dudley boys with the win. The Dudley boys, after they've realized that they can't properly pin or submit the Viking Raiders, they take the coward's way out and not really retain the tag team titles, but get the win here on SmackDown. Oh, look at this. Devon Dudley has suffered a minor injury during his match. Although still cleared to compete, the threat of further injury should be a concern on this superstar's mind. According to sources, it seems like throughout that match, I mean, we know the intensity and we know how much punishment that Devon Dudley has took in this match. It appears that Devon has suffered a minor injury. We don't know where yet. We'll try to provide more updates. But according to doctors, Devon Dudley still clear to compete. The SmackDown Tag Team title match at Night of Champions is still on. Will this injury play a factor in the tag team title match, or will the Dudley boys retain the tag team titles at Night of Champions? There's only one way to find out: tomorrow night at Night of Champions. Well, we will try to provide a medical update on Devon Dudley if it becomes available, but the show must go on, as here comes the former Intercontinental Champion, Switchblade Jay White, making his way to the ring just 7 days after being screwed.
Scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Auckland, New Zealand, weighing in at 220 pounds, the
Switchblade Jay White last week had an opportunity to become a two-time Intercontinental Champion in Universe Mode against Eric Rowan. However, at the end of the match, Eric Rowan covered Jay White. Jay White's arm was grabbing the bottom rope, which would have forced the break. However, the referee didn't see it. Eric Rowan retained the championship, and it became official that Jay White will get a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship against Eric Rowan, but under the condition it'll be in a coffin match. But Jay White's in action against the returning glorious Robert Roode. Robert Roode, multiple-time world champion on the independent circuit. One of the most universally underrated wrestlers in the entire globe. Robert Roode is here, going one-on-one for the first time against Jay White.
Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, the glorious Robert Roode.
Of course, Robert Roode, one half of the Dirty Dogs tag team with formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth. Of course, Nick Nemeth was drafted to Monday Night Raw. Robert Roode remaining on SmackDown in the draft. Robert Roode now fully on his own, looking to branch out in the SmackDown division. Robert Roode, of course, very rare does he appear on SmackDown, but Robert Roode, can he get the upset victory over a former AEW World Champion and former Intercontinental Champion in Switchblade Jay White? Of course, this comes just 24 hours before Jay White has to take part in the third ever casket match in Universe Mode history. It will be the first time in the casket match's history in Universe Mode that a championship will be on the line in a casket match. And right now, you got to think Jay White less than 100% after his IC title match against Eric Rowan last week. And Jay White accepted the challenge of the coffin match if that was the only way he was going to get one more chance at the Intercontinental title. Jay White, if he wins, he will be the first ever two-time Intercontinental Champion in Universe Mode history. Jay White all about making history. Because now he just viciously assaults Robert Roode on the outside. Robert now trying to answer back to Switchblade Jay White. And Robert Roode, of course, hasn't really had a lot of success in his Universe Mode career. Of course, his peak was at Hell in a Cell last year, where he and Nick Nemeth challenged the Usos for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships last year, and Dirty Dogs ultimately came up short. And Robert Roode now just trying to break down the body of Switchblade. And you gotta respect Jay White wrestling all these matches. Jay White used to go from underrated to one of the very best we have right now in Universe Mode. And Robert Roode is just fighting like his life depends on it. Going for the elbow. And now these two men fighting. Robert Roode continuing his momentum. Jay White on the outside looking to get back inside the ring. And no. Jay White saying, no way, man. I'm not messing with you. I got a coffin match tomorrow. Oh, wait a minute. That's the Intercontinental Champion, Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan saying, come on, get back in the ring. And Robert Roode bringing Jay White back inside the ring. Eric Rowan, the Intercontinental Champion, guarding the ramp. And Jay White is pissed. Jay White has to walk in this fight. Jay White wanted to leave the match saying, I got a big match tomorrow. I want to remain 100%. But Eric Rowan preventing Jay from leaving the arena. And now these two men are fighting it out here on Smackdown. Eric Rowan trying to help Robert Roode win this match. And Robert, is probably thinking spinebuster. Jay White says no. Going for the spinning Uranagi. Cover by the former champion on Robert Roode. And Roode kicks out at 2. Eric Rowan, though, is just telling Jay White, get back in the ring, you fool. You signed up for this. Jay White now into the reverse suplex. Oh, look at this. Robert Roode trying to get back to his feet from that. And now Jay White throwing Robert Roode outside the ring. Robert Roode was trying to no-sell Jay White's reverse suplex. And that was after a very hard landing too. Robert Roode, a lot of guts, a lot of adrenaline in his soul, no pun intended, to the current United States champion. And now Jay White just looking to retreat, get back in the ring. Now eyeing down his opponent for tonight, Robert Roode, saying, come on, bring it. And Robert's gonna bring it. Oh, into a nice shot right to the back of the neck. Of course, Robert knows what it's like to have neck injuries. It was a move that almost cost him his wrestling career. The fact that Robert Roode's even here in the ring right now wrestling Jay White is a miracle. Robert Roode, if he wins, it could put his name in possible contention for the Intercontinental Championship. Could you imagine Robert Roode as champion? What he'd be able to do? Robert dropped down, leapfrog into another elbow. Robert Roode has Jay White where he wants him. It could be the biggest win in his Universe Mode career. Glorious DDT to Jay White, middle of the ring. Robert Roode has defeated Jay White.
Here is your winner, the glorious Robert Roode.
What an upset. Thanks in part to the Intercontinental Champion Eric Rowan, Robert Roode has successfully defeated Switchblade Jay White. But at Night of Champions, it will be the third ever coffin match in Universe Mode history for the Intercontinental Championship. No pinfalls, no submissions, no countouts, no disqualifications. The only way to win is to put your opponent in the casket and close it shut. Whoever does that will leave Jeddah, Saudi Arabia as the Intercontinental Champion. Will Eric Rowan have another successful title defense, or will Jay White make history and become the first ever two-time Intercontinental Champion in Universe Mode history? But what a win by Robert Roode defeating Switchblade Jay White here tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is our co-main event here tonight on SmackDown, as here comes a woman who's been making a ton of waves here on SmackDown for a while. It is the Barbie of the SmackDown Women's Division. Tiffany Stratton is here, looking for another successful win in her resume before possibly rising up the ranks in the SmackDown Women's Division.
Is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Prior Lake, Minnesota, Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton, of course, a very impressive competitor here on Universe Mode. Used to be a part of the AEW roster before ending up as a free agent in the AEW post-cancellation draft. Now fully contracted to the Blue brand. Now Tiffany looking to rise up the ranks. Wait a minute. Oh, that's Chase U's music.
Chase U from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thea Hale.
And ladies and gentlemen, I could be mistaken, but I believe this is Thea Hale's Universe Mode in-ring debut. Thea Hale, of course, a part of Chase University. Of course, we know Andre Chase and Duke Hudson are going to battle the Dudley Boys for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and it seems like that has inspired this young woman to finally step foot in a Universe Mode ring. But I really hope Thea Hale knows what she is doing, because she is stepping foot in the ring against someone who's no joke in Tiffany Stratton. Of course, these two, a lot of history from their days in NXT. Now they meet here on SmackDown. First time ever that Thea Hale competes here in a Universe Mode ring in any capacity. And Thea Hale into a nice Falcon Arrow to start off the match against Tiffany Stratton. And like we said, the fact that Andre Chase and Duke Hudson have a tag team title opportunity in Saudi Arabia has probably inspired Thea Hale to want to wrestle here on SmackDown, wrestle in the women's division. But Tiffany Stratton is probably a little bit pissed off that she doesn't have a, well, in her eyes, tougher opponent here tonight. But that could just mean an easy win for Tiffany Stratton. There's now Tiffany on the top. You see there Thea Hale just sitting there inside the ring. Now she's back to her feet. Oh, went for a big elbow. Tiffany saw it coming. And now is looking to torture this young lady. Oh my God, just stretching Thea Hale. Do you really want to be a wrestler now, Miss Thea? Because I think Tiffany Stratton's going to make you regret that decision to want to wrestle her here tonight. Oh God. Tiffany Stratton's just sadistic. Cover, shoulders are down, kick out. Not enough damage done yet to this Chase U representative. Thea Hale. She's very energetic, but also very athletic, as she's proving here in this match right now in the early stages. Oh, now Tiffany, look at the strikes, clothesline sending Thea down, and Thea retreating to the outside of the ring. Tiffany now posing for the fans in attendance, but Thea Hale back inside the ring. And now sending Tiffany to the corner. Oh, Tiffany, very quick move out of the way. Back and forth between these two young ladies. Power slam there. That's sending Tiffany retreating to the outside. Thea Hale, top right, Suicida. I guess Andre Chase and Duke Hudson gave Thea a little bit of training down at the university. Oh. Maybe Thea Hale could graduate if she gets the win here tonight in our co-main event. And Tiffany Stratton now throwing Thea right into the barricade. See the referee Charles Robinson. Count of 5. These women almost battling in the entranceway. Count of 6. Tiffany realizes wanting to get back inside the ring. So does Thea Hale. And Thea Hale, could you imagine? And in her debut, she gets the win over Tiffany Stratton. How great that would be for Chase University's confidence heading to Night of Champions tomorrow. And again, Tiffany outside the ring. Here comes Thea Hale on the top. Splash, picture perfect. And went for the rolling senton. Tiffany got the knees up just in time. And now just throwing Thea Hale to basically the other side of the arena. And now Tiffany back inside the ring. Doesn't realize Thea's already making her way back. Oh, drop kick. Picture perfect ring awareness there by Tiffany time. Can it be Tiffy time here tonight? No, Thea wanting to fight back. Doesn't want her debut to end in a loss. And Thea Hale now just raking on the arm of Miss Stratton. These two ladies battling in the corner. Look at Thea Hale, what you got in mind. Oh, that's the energy that we were talking about earlier. And Thea Hale now on the top. Locked and loaded, waiting for Tiffany to get up. Oh, and the axe handle, no. Stratton shot to the gut. And a power slam into the cover for the win for Stratton. Kick out at 2. What a match between these two here tonight. What wrestling have we been getting here tonight? Thea Hale now. Oh, into the rolling neck breaker. Leaping assist, cover, hook of the leg. Oh, and that almost resulted in a win for Thea Hale in her debut. But this match continues. But Thea Hale wanting to keep on the offensive. No. Thea While trying to go for something. But Tiffany fighting out of it. Great maneuver by the little princess. As now Irish whip by Thea Hale. Oh, and again Tiffany fighting back. Tiffany trying to get some offense in on her own. Has her up on her shoulders. Rolls her over. Collapses into the cover for the win here tonight. And another kick out by Thea. And Thea Hale now retreating to the outside. Thea Hale did not expect this. And Tiffany, no. Oh, going for a massive DDT. Thea Hale stopping herself from imminent doom. And now Thea Hale hyped up. What fight in this young woman. Cross body springboard. Our co-main event of the evening, what has been an amazing go-home show of Smackdown. Thea Hale with another splash connects. Thea Hale thinking, what do I have to do next? Coffin drop. I think Darby Allin would like that one. And now look at Thea getting a comeback in this matchup. And the drop kick. We still got the world champion making his way to the ring later on tonight, but Thea Hale making this all the more interesting. Oh, look at this. She's doing the stomps. She's doing the Chase U stomps. The fans singing along. This could be it for Thea Hale. She's got it. Thea Hale got the win in her Smackdown debut. And I don't know what Chase U's going to think of that, but if I were Andre Chase, I'd graduate Thea Hale right there. And you got to think this win for Thea Hale here on SmackDown is going to do wonders for Chase U's confidence, as Chase U will challenge the Dudley Boys for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships at Night of Champions, especially already given the factor of Devon Dudley's minor injury. Can we be looking at a Chase U celebration in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia? We find out tomorrow night at Night of Champions in our co-main event. We are here on SmackDown. Eddie Kingston versus Andrade. And wait a minute. Oh, look at this. Katsuyori Shibata, the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And he's in the corner of the world champion Eddie Kingston. And the match is underway. This is our main event. A world title eliminator match. Eddie Kingston, the world champion, against Andrade. If Andrade defeats Eddie Kingston here tonight, Andrade will get an opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know if it will be at Night of Champions or not, but Eddie Kingston allowing Andrade to have this opportunity. And Andrade, you got to think, for this young man, he is not willing to let this opportunity go to waste. Katsuyori Shibata, the man who is getting the next shot against Eddie Kingston, getting a front row seat to the action. Andrade, first cover of the match, kick out by Kingston. And it's been a while since we've really seen Andrade here on Universe Mode. Andrade staying on Smackdown in the draft. Eddie Kingston, oh, nice punch right to the face. You gotta think, what are the real intentions of Katsuyori Shibata being here, watching the world champ do his work? Of course, Katsuyori Shibata made his SmackDown debut last week. He defeated Shinsuke Nakamura to become the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title. And Eddie Kingston, of course, you know, a lot of respect for Shibata. Very good friends over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now both here on the Blue Brand at SmackDown. Now will meet in battle at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. And Eddie Kingston right now cannot focus on Shibata. He is focusing his full attention on Andrade El Idolo, which is where his focus should be, because Andrade, one hell of an amazing competitor here in Universe Mode. We've seen time and time again over the past year. Eddie Kingston has really expanded over the past year. He's been world champion ever since the Royal Rumble. Eddie Kingston has held proudly of that world championship ever since. The longest reigning world heavyweight champion in Universe Mode history. And Eddie Kingston, again with the knee, is just doing so well here tonight. That's the thing. Eddie Kingston recently surpassed the record for longest reigning champion. And now, oh, Andrade throwing Eddie Kingston outside the ring. And now Andrade celebrating with the fans in attendance. Andrade's been in the ring with some of the very best here in Universe Mode. Never one like Eddie Kingston. Again with the knee. Andrade thinking Kingston was down and out. Kingston saying nuh-uh. Went for the black mass on the outside. Andrade sending Kingston right into the steel steps. Almost went for a senton. Failed to connect. At the count of 6 by the official. This main event could end in count out. That is, if these men don't get back inside the ring. Count of 8. Eddie Kingston. You have got to be kidding me. Andrade, get back in the ring, get back in the ring. Eddie Kingston won by count out.
Here is your winner, Eddie Kingston.
Well, that was very unfortunate. Eddie Kingston defeating Andrade by count out. Andrade was unable to get in the ring in time due to a very vicious attack by Eddie Kingston at ringside. I don't know if Will Ferris is going to want a rematch or something like that, but Eddie Kingston will now be full steam ahead to Night of Champions, because Katsuyori Shibata, the rookie who managed to earn a world title shot, is getting that next shot. As can Katsuyori Shibata, in just his second match in Universe Mode, win the World Heavyweight Championship and end the historic reign of Eddie Kingston? Or will Kingston's historic reign continue, and will Shibata just simply be another victim? We find out tomorrow night in our next Universe Mode Premium Live event, Night of Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on, so that way you don't miss when Night of Champions airs on YouTube and also on Twitch. Twitch.tv/MrWillym, so that way you can catch it live before it goes up on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. I will see you in the next video. Be good people and peace.